Alrighty, let's get started. I got a video request and my music sucks. I got a video request to answer some questions, so I'm just gonna read these questions. I'm gonna answer them right off the top of my head, just so they're original and awesome, hopefully. Alright, take off the glasses and let's get reading. Alright, question number 1. If you suddenly grew up to be 51,000 feet tall, explain how you might accidentally step on someone, some people, and what they'd see last when they looked up and how you noticed that you stepped on them. I might accidentally step on people because my sense of gravity would be off. I mean, I'm not used to being this tall. I'd probably think I was dreaming, or if I did it like on my walk home, I randomly would, whew, like a beanstalk, and that beanstalk story. I forget what it's called. It's been so long. I'd kind of be disoriented. What would they see last when I stepped on them? They would see my foot, and I have got a message. They would see my foot when I stepped on them. I would notice I stepped on them because I'd hear squish, and I keep getting messages. Okay. Question number 2. What people would you purposely want to step on, and how do you step on them with your giant bare foot? Okay, let's get this out of the way. I'm a very pacifist. I don't like violence, and it's like impossible for me to hate people. I'm very forgiving, so, I do hand gestures. And I don't think I could step on a person on purpose. How would I step on them? The way I stepped on the first person accidentally. And I have text messages. People tend to talk to me at the most awkward times. Okay, would you stomp them completely flat into your giant footprint, or grind them into the sole of your giant bare foot? No! I'm not going to step on people on purpose. I might crush some cars with no people in them, because, it'd be fun. Pick up some trees and play fetch with Godzilla. Duke it out with Godzilla. See how big I am compared to him. Would you leave giant footprints everywhere, and why, and what would be smushed inside those footprints, and why? Empty cars. I don't know. I just want to, go to a car lot and step on them, but I imagine that would hurt if it was still barefoot. I don't care how big I am, so I probably wouldn't. And I would leave footprints everywhere. I'd, go to the beach and leave giant footprints. I know what I would do. I would walk to the beach and I'd walk out in the ocean and see how long it takes me to, get get up to my chin in water. That'd be pretty cool. Okay. What part of your foot would you squash them under? Why? And explain what would be fun about stepping on them barefoot. I don't want to destroy people or things. I'm pacifist, but if no, I don't want to step on people barefoot. How many people could you get in one stomp, and explain what type of bug they'd remind you of stepping on? Now, if there was a whole population of people this tall, if we had always been this way, I imagine those people would look like little ants, and I don't like ants, and I would squish them with my fingers, not my feet. Yeah. And how many people? 50 bazillion jillion? No, imagine little sugar ants in your house, maybe 10 at a time because they'd be running everywhere. But I don't want to step on people. Stop texting me! Would your giant barefoot cover their entire puny bodies, and why? Would you high stomp them or low stomp them, and why? My feet would cover them. I'm kind of 51,000 feet tall. I don't think anybody's quite that big to, be bigger than the foot of a 51,000 foot person. And high stomp them? No, I'd just step on them. Low stomp. Stomp low, low, step. I'm not going to stomp on anybody. I'm not going to stomp or step on anybody on purpose. I don't want people guts on my barefoot or shoes. When would you say this? I'm going to step at you with my giant barefoot and squash you like a bug into the sole of my bare feet and feel you squish completely flat. No. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say squish. And even then, I'm not gonna step on anybody. Also explain how you'd step on me with your giant bare foot if you were really mad at me and what part of the foot I'd stick to and why. If I step on you, you're gonna die and I'm not gonna kill people. No. But say you're not going to die, you would stick to the middle of my foot and just because. I don't know, I imagine that's the stickiest part of my foot. But here's the questions you wanted me to answer. They're rather odd and I find them amusing. I want more questions like this, so, like, thank you very, very much for sending me questions. Alright, here come the glasses. Alright, bye guys, thank you for watching my video, and send me questions. That was actually really fun. I'd love to do that more often, so, like, bye-bye, you lost the game, bye-bye! You guys are gonna hate me.